parts of it that you don't love.
It's part of the job too.
It is. It's like it is work after all,
And then these are for the fans that are going to be like, I want to hear what she has to say, even though you have your own YouTube channel.
I do. I have my own YouTube channel now. It's weird and good.
Where you can give out
you
all
dropped your fur. I don't want to touch it. Hey, security, I'm just picking up her fur. Okay? All right. Shoot him! All right.
Game of Thrones on Sunday. Do you guys like Game of Thrones?
Yes, this Sunday. I'm waiting. I'm ready for
Winter
that.
is coming.
I've never been in the Game of Thrones.
What?
Yeah.
I know. I hear so much about it.
I think you would love it.
My wife watches it. I don't know why.
It's
I don't know why I
amazing.
just never got into it.
I love it.
I haven't seen one episode of it yet.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Is it too late now to try to catch up?
No,
Yes.
because you can watch all the episodes.
You gotta start from the beginning.
You got to start from the beginning.
How many seasons is
And
it?
the
Like
middle
8?
gets rough, but then when you get to the end, whoa, I
That's
can't
crazy.
wait.
Now this your new single, Medicine.
Yes.
When I first heard the name, I thought it was talking about weed. Because it's medicine.
Right.
So
That's the only medicine out there.
Yeah.
is weed.
And in fact, I have an online book called Dylan Reed and the Aristocracy of Stock Profits about it's a case study in the intersection between organized crime and Wall Street in Washington. Anyway, so I went to Washington in the first Bush administration to be Assistant Secretary of Housing. And it's the Federal Housing Commissioner. And that's the person who oversees all the mortgage markets, both the credit, most of the credit, and then the rules and regulation. So, and I ran smack into all the mortgage corruption because a lot of the black budget is financed with mortgage fraud. And anyway, so I left, but I discovered the internet when I was in the administration.
I do think I'm in a place now where I'm a little bit more confident that I can be willing to share openly my thoughts and what I've been through, because I haven't really had that outlet to share completely openly for so long, just scared of judgments, thoughts of other people and what they think or what they may say. And I think it's crucial for my heart and my head to be able to speak openly about it as if anyone else would. Well, the actual conservatorship actually started, I think, 15 to 16 years ago. I was 25 when it started. I was extremely young. I remember a lot of my friends texting me and calling me, and we were extremely close, and they wanted to see me, but by what had happened, honestly, still to this day, don't know what really I did, but the punishment of my father, I wasn't able to, see anyone or like anything. So, and you have to imagine none of
you all for coming. I want to say a big thank you to Sean and his whole staff at Fan HQ for making this happen. How cool is this? Yeah. This would not be happening without his persistence. He has worked on this for, gosh, it has to be 2 or 3 years. Or 4, yeah. So thank you all for coming out. We're going to do our very best to entertain you and give you all the questions and get Ace involved to answer as much as he can. So as you know, I'd like to introduce to you someone who is a childhood hero of mine. All of us as KISS fans gravitate towards this band because of how incredible they are. He's been everywhere. He's seen it all. He's done it all. And tonight he is here for you to answer your questions. So, without further ado, where is he? Mr. Fraley? He's here. I got him here, so I know he's back there.
Stress hormone, and it will leak out of our sweat about this far around us, go into the skin of everybody else, and it's going to impact them. And as a survival mechanism, it will help you to store fat around your abdomen.
So stress causes belly fat?
Belly fat that's really hard to shift. There's another rabbit hole you could go down about social contagion. So there are statistics that show that you meet people who are at a similar psychological level to you. For example, if someone gets divorced, you're more likely to get divorced in the next year. Your own brain can play tricks on you.
So what can I do about that?
The brain is actively growing and changing till we're about 25. But from 25 to 65, if you do things that are intense enough to force your brain to change, you will actually improve the highest functions of the brain. Things like regulate your emotions better, solve complex problems, think flexibly, override any unconscious biases that you may have.
Out with the algorithm, and everybody just loved you. And I think it's also because of how raw it is. It almost feels like you're telling me off when I'm watching the video. And I think everyone needs therapy. But
I think they need therapy after my videos.
No,
They're like, damn.
No. You're helping. But I put up on my story asking people what would they want to hear from you, right? And today we're going to cover a few things from, the relationship with yourself, your relationship with your friends, with men or women in a romantic way. But to start with, tell me, what was for you a pivotal moment in your life that pushed you to start this whole career?
So a pivotal moment. So basically my childhood was very bad. Okay. Like I think everyone already knows this, that I was physically abused by my father. And I saw my mother get abused. So it was like a very, very traumatic childhood. And it's funny, like when my father decided to cheat
to get to a pit during the race, because it was, did I say, inside of a football stadium. And so there was like a concert at halftime. It was a really interesting event, and they're bringing it back this year. It was super successful. February 5th, they're kicking off NASCAR's 75th anniversary season. I can't wait to see it again. They got us passes, and guess what? Cypress Hill is performing. Last year was Pitbull and Ice Cube, which is cool. I like Pitbull. I like Ice Cube, but I love Cypress Hill. And Cypress Hill is performing this year. It is going to be awesome. They have a pre-race concert, and then the stars of the NASCAR Cup Series will battle it out inside the Coliseum. And then at halftime, the actual pause for a Wiz Khalifa concert. So you got Cypress Hill opening for NASCAR, and then Wiz Khalifa at halftime. It's going to be awesome. It's unlike anything NASCAR's ever done. It's
Okay, so yeah, actually, it's funny because my manager, I brought in the file, and before you send it off to underwriting, they look through the file to make sure everything's in good. It's going to sail through underwriting. She actually looks through everything and just pulls one piece of paper out, puts it to the side, and then she goes, "Okay, it's perfect." She goes, "Except you have a 30-day late on this, on the verification of rent." The girl had been 30 days behind on her mortgage within the last year or two. And she said, she goes, "So your loan's not going to close unless you can get rid of it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well," and she pulled out a thing of whiteout. Remember the old whiteout? The one you click it, click. She started clicking it, and she handed it to me. She goes, "White it out, make a copy. We'll send it to underwriting." She said, "You should be fine." And, I was like, this is my manager. I remember thinking, I go, well, I could get in trouble for that. That's fraud. I could go to jail for that. And she was like, "They're not
house, help, please. I don't want to die. I'm here inside a room hiding right now. Please, please help." And then she heard footsteps approaching her door, her bedroom door. She didn't know if it was a parent, a police officer, or maybe it was the 3 masked men. Her father would later come home to find 2 of his 3 children dead. As always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com. This case is pretty recent. It's based in the Philippines, and a lot of the sources were a mix of Tagalog and English. I did get a Tagalog speaker to help translate and help with the research, but of course, there are still things I think that can get lost in translation. If you guys know anything about this case that I didn't mention today, please.
They provide the content. But if I am specifically told in a certain way that infringing content that infringes on an existing copyright, I have to take action. And if I do, I can't be sued for copyright infringement. It's called a safe harbor. And that is why you will see every website, every reputable website will have something called the DMCA agent. They will have a takedown notice procedure, and it is available everywhere to do in a very similar format. And so it has very specific guidelines. You have to file a takedown notice, and you have to give the ability for copyright law for there to be a counter notice. A counter notice, and this is something to be very careful with because I have had people file counter notices against me. I completely believe them that they didn't know that the designer they were working with infringed on our client's copyright.